Imagine this for a moment. You are sitting down for a dinner you believe is the pinnacle of health. You have carefully filled your plate with what you were told were the building blocks of a long life. But as you take that first bite, you are completely unaware that certain elements on that plate are quietly attacking your heart, inflaming your joints, and sending your blood sugar through the roof. It sounds like a nightmare, but for millions of people over the age of 60, this is a daily reality. We have been told the same lie for decades, that all vegetables are good for you. Shocking new research proves otherwise, showing that for the aging body, the wrong choice can be catastrophic. Some vegetables have been shown in specific studies to increase the risk of death by as much as 83%. One staple, in particular, has been linked to a staggering 91% higher risk of heart failure. And there is a high probability it is sitting in your kitchen right now. Iron, hope. And today we are going to expose the 4 most dangerous vegetables every senior must avoid while revealing the 4 life-saving ones that can slash inflammation, sharpen your memory, and potentially add up to 12 extra years to your life. The number 1 worst vegetable on our list is in almost every home, and you will want to throw it out immediately once you hear what it does inside your body. This journey will take us from the least powerful of the healing vegetables all the way up to the ultimate super veg that reigns supreme on the health leaderboard. We will look at why the biological landscape of your body changes after 60 and why your internal systems can no longer process certain plant defense mechanisms as they once did. We will explore the role of anthocyanins in cellular defense, the impact of nitric oxide on arterial stiffness, and the hidden chemicals in packaging that turn nutritious produce into toxic hazards. By the end of this presentation, you will have a clear, evidence-based roadmap to navigate the produce aisle with confidence. We are going to cover the essential nature of purple cabbage, the blood sugar stabilization of okra, the arterial opening power of beetroot, and the comprehensive protection of kale. Then, we will pivot to the dangers of corn, the hidden spikes in potatoes, the inflammatory nature of eggplant, and the chemical prison of canned tomatoes. Your body deserves more than guesses. It deserves answers. Let us begin this eye-opening journey into the truth about what you are putting on your plate. As we transition into our first life-saving vegetable, we must discuss a biological shield that many seniors overlook. This deep violet powerhouse is not just another crunchy addition to your slaw. It is a complex medicinal tool for the aging heart and gut. I am talking about purple cabbage. What gives this vegetable its intense royal hue is a specific class of compounds called anthocyanins. In my years of research, I have seen many people dismiss these as simple pigments, but in reality, they act as cellular bodyguards. As we age, our cells are constantly bombarded by free radicals, unstable molecules that accelerate the aging process from the inside out and damage the integrity of our DNA. Anthocyanins sweep through your bloodstream to neutralize these radicals before they can cause lasting harm. The clinical data backing this up is nothing short of stunning. A 2020 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that seniors who regularly consumed anthocyanin-rich vegetables, like purple cabbage, slashed their risk of heart disease by 24%. This means that nearly 1 in 4 heart attacks could potentially be prevented simply by strategically adding this one vegetable to your dietary rotation. But the benefits extend far beyond the cardiovascular system. After 60, Many of my patients begin to experience a decline in digestive efficiency and a weakening of the immune system, often rooted in the gut microbiome. Purple cabbage is exceptionally rich in fiber and natural prebiotics, which serve as the primary fuel for the beneficial bacteria in your intestines. By reinforcing your gut lining, you are essentially strengthening your first line of defense against infections and easing chronic issues like bloating and irregular digestion. However, there is a critical catch that most people miss. How you prepare this vegetable determines whether you receive these benefits or literally wash them down the drain. If you boil purple cabbage until it is mushy, you destroy those fragile anthocyanins. To unlock its true healing potential, you should consume it raw in a salad or a light slaw. A professional tip I share with my patients is to toss it with a small amount of olive oil and apple cider vinegar. The healthy fats in the oil help your body absorb the fat-soluble nutrients, while the vinegar stabilizes the pigments. If you prefer a warm meal, a quick stir-fry with turmeric and garlic provides a double anti-inflammatory punch that is excellent for those battling stiff joints and high blood pressure. It is an affordable, long-lasting vegetable that offers massive rewards for those willing to make it a staple. If you thought the heart protection of cabbage was impressive, you must stay with me, because our next vegetable is perhaps the most effective natural tool we have for preventing dangerous, age-related blood sugar spikes. Most people pass it over with a grimace, claiming it is far too slimy to enjoy. But what if I told you that slippery texture is exactly what your body over 60 desperately needs? Hidden inside this odd-looking vegetable is a gel-like fiber called mucilage. And for the aging individual, it may be the only thing standing between you and a dangerous blood sugar spike. As we age, our bodies naturally become increasingly resistant to insulin, the vital hormone responsible for moving sugar out of your blood and into your cells for energy. When sugar builds up in the bloodstream, it becomes a silent killer, damaging delicate blood vessels, triggering strokes, heart attacks, and slowly wrecking your kidneys without a single warning sign. This is where okra fights back with clinical precision. In a 2021 clinical study published in Food Science Nutrition, participants who consumed okra daily for just 8 weeks slashed their fasting blood sugar by more than 20%. That is a drop powerful enough to rival many prescription drugs, but without the laundry list of side effects. The power of okra does not stop at the pancreas. It is loaded with quercetin and flavonoids, which are potent antioxidants that protect your brain from oxidative damage. This type of damage is a hidden primary cause behind memory loss, confusion, and the mental fatigue many seniors dismiss as just getting older. If you have been dealing with brain fog or find yourself becoming increasingly forgetful, this green pod could help clear the haze. Furthermore, okra packs a serious dose of vitamin K, a crucial nutrient for bone strength and blood clotting, which is essential for seniors at risk of fractures or easy bruising. It also provides a healthy dose of folate, supporting red blood cell production and boosting your energy levels at the cellular level. The real challenge, of course, is how to eat it without the slime. The trick is quick cooking to tame the texture while preserving those life-saving nutrients. Light steaming or tossing it into soups can work wonders. If you want it truly delicious, I recommend slicing it, tossing it with high-quality olive oil and a dash of salt, and roasting it until it is golden and crunchy. Suddenly, It is not just tolerable, it is addictive. While okra manages your sugar, our next vegetable goes even further by literally opening your arteries from the inside out. What you are about to hear regarding the explosive power of this root might change your grocery list forever. While most people see our next vegetable as a simple salad garnish, the truth is far more explosive. This root can literally open up your arteries and save your heart from overload. After age 60, your arteries naturally begin to harden. Blood struggles to push through. Your heart strains. Your blood pressure creeps higher. And silently, your risk of stroke and heart failure climbs. This is where beetroot changes everything. This vibrant root is packed with natural nitrates, compounds your body transforms into nitric oxide, a potent blood vessel relaxer. It gently forces stiff arteries to open up, lowers resistance, and lets your heart breathe again. One 2019 study from Hypertension Research showed that drinking beetroot juice daily for just 4 weeks dropped seniors' systolic blood pressure by a whopping 11 points. That is drug-level improvement from a simple vegetable. The power of beetroot does not stop with your heart. In a 2017 study published in the Journals of Gerontology, older adults who consumed beetroot before exercise had significantly increased blood flow to the frontal lobe, which is the brain's control center for memory, focus, and decision-making. Essentially, beetroot does not just protect your heart. It helps preserve your mind. Inside every beet are also betalains, inflammation-fighting antioxidants that target pain at the cellular level. For seniors battling arthritis, joint stiffness, or chronic discomfort, beets can feel like a natural anti-inflammatory without the pills. They also pack folate and manganese, two unsung heroes that boost red blood cell production and energy metabolism. This is vital at an age when energy dips hit harder and recovery takes longer. To unlock its full power, I advise my patients to skip the boiling. Instead, roast them until tender to bring out their natural sweetness while preserving nutrients. Or blend them into a smoothie with apple and ginger for a refreshing, heart-healing drink. Beet juice is effective too, provided you make sure it is 100% pure, with no added sugar to sabotage your efforts. If you have no time to cook, pre-cooked vacuum-packed beets work like magic. Just slice and serve. Beetroot may open your arteries, but the next vegetable we will discuss goes even deeper, shielding your brain, balancing your hormones, and fighting aging on every level. Kale is the ultimate survival food for anyone over 60, because while other vegetables help here and there, kale attacks aging from every direction at once. First, let us talk about your eyes and brain, two of the first things to decline after 60. Kale is loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin, natural pigments that act like bodyguards for your vision and memory. A powerful 2020 study published in Neurology showed that seniors with the highest intake of these compounds experienced 32% slower cognitive decline. That is not just sharper thinking. That is more independence, more clarity, and more control over your future. But kale does not stop there. It is a heart health powerhouse. Packed with potassium, kale helps flush out excess sodium and bring down dangerous blood pressure. Add in magnesium, and you have got natural protection against irregular heart rhythms, something that becomes more common and more deadly with age. And if you are worried about clogged arteries, just 1 cup of kale gives you over 600% of your daily vitamin K. helping prevent calcium buildup inside your vessels, a hidden trigger for sudden heart attacks. Regarding inflammation, kale wages war on it. Inside every leaf are potent compounds like camphorol and glucosinolates which penetrate deep into your cells to shut down the chronic inflammation behind joint pain, heart disease, and even diabetes. A 2018 study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that regular kale eaters had stronger brain activity in areas tied to memory, thinking, and sensory function. However, I must offer a professional warning. Do not overdose raw kale. It contains goitrogens, compounds that can mess with your thyroid, especially if you already have issues. The fix is light cooking. Saute it in olive oil and garlic for 3 to 5 minutes. Steam it or toss it into soups. If you want a crunchy snack, homemade kale chips are your answer. Simply tear, oil, salt, and bake. It is affordable, easy to find, and your body knows exactly how to use it. If there is only one thing you change this week, let it be kale. But now, it is time to flip the coin. Because while these 4 healing vegetables work silently to protect your body, there is another side of your plate that is sabotaging everything. The next 4 vegetables may look innocent, but they are spiking your blood sugar, setting your joints on fire, and damaging your organs without you even realizing it. It shows up on your plate at barbecues, in soups, stews, and even tossed into salads, often feeling harmless and familiar. But once you are past 60, this golden grain turns into a silent metabolic trap, one that could be driving you straight toward diabetes and heart trouble without a single warning. I am speaking about corn. Corn is what experts call a high glycemic food, which means the moment you eat it, your blood sugar shoots up faster than many sugary cereals. When that happens, your aging body responds with a flood of insulin. But over time, that emergency response wears thin and your cells simply stop listening. Just like that, you can slip quietly into insulin resistance, which is the first deadly step toward type 2 diabetes. If you still think it is harmless, consider a 2020 study in diabetes care that exposed a harsh truth. Older adults who frequently consumed high glycemic vegetables like corn had a 46% higher risk of insulin resistance and cardiovascular disease. That is nearly half, and it represents a flashing red warning light for your metabolism. Corn does not deliver the slow, steady energy your aging body needs. Instead, it gives you a quick sugar rush followed by a devastating crash. That metabolic roller coaster wreaks havoc on your heart, your metabolism, and your delicate hormonal balance. We must not be fooled by marketing terms like sweet corn or creamed corn, as these varieties have been bred for maximum sugar content, turning a basic starch into a blood sugar bomb. Furthermore, canned corn is often loaded with added sugars you might not even notice on the label. While a bite here and there might be fine, portion control is non-negotiable, and corn should never be a daily staple for a senior. I advise my patients to replace it with low glycemic warriors like zucchini or cauliflower, which are foods that stabilize energy, support insulin sensitivity, and won't overload your system. If corn caught you off guard, prepare yourself, because what is coming next hides its metabolic danger even deeper. For anyone over 60, eggplant could be a silent saboteur, wreaking havoc on your joints, nerves, and kidneys without you even realizing it. The danger lies deep inside its cellular structure, in the form of alkaloids. These natural toxins are part of the plant's defense system, but inside the human body, especially in older adults, they can do serious damage. Compounds like solanine and nasunin do not just sit quietly in your gut. They have been shown to disrupt nerve signals, ramp up oxidative stress, and ignite inflammation in your joints and muscles. A 2021 study in Frontiers in Pharmacology confirmed the threat, finding that consuming eggplant regularly can worsen pain and stiffness in people already dealing with arthritis, nerve issues, or chronic inflammation. But that is not the only risk you face with this vegetable. Eggplant acts like an oil sponge. When cooked, especially when fried, it soaks up unhealthy fats like a sponge in a grease pit. Combine that with its alkaloid content, and you have a pro-inflammatory bomb quietly fueling high blood pressure, poor circulation, and systemic inflammation that affects every organ. If you have ever had kidney issues, you must pay close attention because eggplant also contains oxalates, which are the very same compounds responsible for forming calcium oxalate kidney stones. As kidney function naturally slows with age, the risk of stone formation skyrockets. A 2019 study published in Neurology Annals found that seniors with reduced kidney efficiency who consumed oxalate-rich vegetables had a significantly higher risk of painful and dangerous stone formation. Furthermore, the spongy, fibrous texture of eggplant, especially when undercooked or served with the skin, can be incredibly hard on aging digestive systems. For seniors with sensitive stomachs, bloating, GERD, or slow digestion, eggplant can cause irritation, gas, and even inflammation of the gut lining. While removing the skin, soaking slices in salt water, and cooking thoroughly can help reduce some of these risky compounds. Eggplant remains a high-risk vegetable for those over 60. If eggplant surprised you, brace yourself, because what is next takes the danger to a whole new level. You have likely eaten it this week without a second thought. You have been told that tomatoes are healthy, and that is partly true if they are fresh. But the moment they are sealed inside a metal container, these once nutritious fruits transform into a dangerous cocktail of acid and industrial chemicals. For seniors, the damage can be devastating. The terrifying part is not the tomato itself, but the metal prison lined with BPA, or bisphenol A, used to coat the cans and prevent rust. BPA is a known endocrine disruptor that messes with your hormones. After 60, when your testosterone, estrogen, and thyroid hormones are already on shaky ground, any disruption can lead to weight gain, fatigue, and heart arrhythmias. Because tomatoes are highly acidic, they break down the can's inner lining and leach BPA directly into your meal. The numbers are clear. A 2020 study published in Environmental Research revealed that adults with the highest BPA levels in their blood had a 91% higher risk of heart disease. Furthermore, most canned tomato products are loaded with salt. One single cup of canned tomato sauce can pack over 500 milligrams of sodium, which is nearly a quarter of your daily limit. For anyone managing high blood pressure or kidney issues, this sodium overload is like throwing gasoline on a fire. As you age, your liver and kidneys process toxins more slowly, meaning BPA accumulates and does more damage with each meal. My advice is to ditch the cans and opt for glass, jarred products, or make your own from fresh, ripe tomatoes to get the heart-boosting lycopene without the chemical chaos. Now you know the shocking truth. Not all vegetables are your friends. Some are life-saving allies, while others are ticking time bombs for the aging body. You are now armed with the truth, which means you can take control of your health starting today. This journey into nutrition is about more than just food. It is about reclaiming your vitality and independence. By choosing vegetables like kale and beetroot while avoiding the metabolic traps of corn and canned goods, you are investing in a future of clarity and strength. Your body deserves more than guesses. It deserves answers. And together we can get this right.